All right. Tariffs. In theory, the tariffs went into effect. I find the whole thing to be just silly because he could take them all off, whichever one's off. He could ratchet them up. So I don't get why people are making that big a deal of the deadline. Here's 105, please. And markets, I think have priced all this into the stock literally. Trump's tariff gamble puts America's ties with India at risk as the president pursues his goal in Russia and trade. America's relationship with an important partner in Asia could end up as collateral damage. They're tariffs on a bunch of countries. The India ones are obviously special and distinctive. Here is Scott Bessent in a very long appearance on Morning Joe this morning talking about the tariffs. 107, please.
One of the big surprises for me over the past 100, almost 200 days now has been that it's this regulatory state that we've created that's pushed a lot of the manufacturing offshore. So a big part of President Trump's agenda is also deregulation.
All right, and here's Larry Kudlow on Fox and Friends on the same topic, 115.
Just to, we're 30 seconds here. All the gloom and doom, tariff inflation, tariff recession, tariff catastrophe, none of that has happened, okay? And in fact, as you noted earlier, the tariff revenues are pouring in, okay? He could do as much as $400 billion this year alone in tariff revenues. Imports from China, or let's say Chinese exports to the United States, are at their lowest point in over 20 years. Our trade deficit through June is at its lowest point in the last 2 years, okay? These are all positives. And basically what he's saying is he wants a level playing field, and he wants to protect the American economy. People have been taking advantage of the United States, and that's coming to an end. Now, instead of warfare, instead of retaliation or the so-called world tariff war, no, it's deal-making everywhere.
So Larry is one of many MAGA free traders who's found religion on tariffs now. Dan, besides looking to see if prices rise for American consumers, where are you looking in the wake of yesterday's deadline?
Well, by the way, I just want to say to see Larry Kudlow talk about the virtue of tariffs is just a remarkable turn over the last 20 years. I am looking for the exemptions on tariffs because Trump made the announcement yesterday about I think it was 100%, 200% tariff on chips, advanced microchips that are largely for AI. And then he announced exemptions that if you build some of the parts here in the United States, you're exempt. So the market, I just looked, futures are up 250 points because of all the exemptions, which is very reminiscent of term one. So, I think we'll see. Trump has been smart about, and Scott Bessent and the team, about when things look like they're tipping in a wrong direction, they dial stuff down. They have exemptions. And so, as long as they're able to try to keep that balance and get some sort of set of deals, again, I go back to, we still haven't seen a single deal consummated. There's term sheets, there's aspirations, but there's no deal yet. So I think they'll continue to try to strike this balance. And again, I'll say this, it's putting Democrats in a pickle because Democrats have not come out and said these are bad, like trying to do these deals. They are just kind of nipping on his ankles. But I think you're going to start hearing Republicans say, oh, are you against what Trump is trying to do? And I think they'll sit there and change the subject.
100%. By the way, just to correct your language, we don't say the word exemptions anymore. It is product coverage flexibility. That is the...
What's the acronym for that? Product? Yeah. Okay.
PCF. Yeah. Or
okay.
Rebates. We discussed rebates. That those are the new internal. The word exemption is a no. It's product coverage flexibility. But to your point,
rolls off the tongue.
These annexes that are coming out are going to be critical, and the EU should be the first one where we talk about de minimis products, 0 for 0 tariff rates on like products, supply chains issues. I mean, there's a lot that's going to make a difference in this. But all that being said, 2 points. One, the revenue to the federal government cannot be overstated. It is unbelievable what's coming in. And to your point, Dan, we saw this with Biden and some of these China tariffs when he came in. If you're a Democrat in some point in the future, because I guarantee you, whether it's the 10% or the 15% floor that we're seeing pretty consistently now. I don't think that any. I mean, go ahead, you take that out. Who's going to be the person that says no mas?
Yep. Unless there's real inflation again, I agree with you.
Want more great clips like that? I've got an idea. Hit the subscribe button, be part of the Two-Way community, never miss a clip, and you can always watch our full episodes, join them live, go to twoway.tv.